Hello, welcome back to another Ruffa Sports Cars video. In today's video, I actually have my Shasta Trading Card Show pickups. It was a card show that I was a vendor for. Some of you guys might have went by my table, all that. Ton of deals, non-stop deals, constantly. I was decently, we were planning to go around the time we did, but I was late in terms of the actual amount of stuff I wanted and hoped to do. I didn't get to set up my camera. I didn't even get to take photos, or I didn't take photos of the table when I completed it and all that, which I'm a little bummed out about because I used those for thumbnails throughout, just like the profit videos and all that. Those are some of my thumbnails, all that. I'll maybe pop up some examples up here, but nonetheless, it is a card show in Redding, California, Northern California. It's the first show in Redding that's been hosted since I was born, for sure, so over 25 years. Well, maybe more or less around that timeline, but nonetheless, I will try to always set up at the Redding card show. Hopefully more and more shows come to Redding and all that, but I'm not going to be able to do the next one. So if you are looking forward to that and hopefully looking forward to me vending at the card show, I won't be able to do it. It is the same weekend as the Fairfield card show. I'll pop up the flyer up here. And that one is more important to me as a business than it is to go to the Shasta one-day card show, because the Fairfield card show is 3 days. I also source a lot of inventory during the 3-day Fairfield card show and all that. It's just a lot of it's literally the staple, biggest show for Northern California. So I'm a little confused why he planned it during that weekend, but so I figured I'm not going to change my plans. I'm going to that one show. But nonetheless, let's get into the pickups here. I might have to go over the editing, go over as an editor on what some of these cards are, like what I got these for and all that. I'm pretty sure these ones here I got in as a trade, or actually as a purchase. I could be... some of it got probably pretty jumbled, but I think I paid pretty much here. I paid, I want to say like $20 and then like 40 or so. I could be wrong. This could be interspersed deals and all that. I'll try to come up with a total and all that. I might intersperse or interject here on what I spent on the entirety of the deals here, but a lot of Prism draft picks, parallels and all that. Some of them I even didn't grab and all that, but big names like Ladd, Color Match, just kind of made sense. Georgia, also Chargers wide receiver, but JJ McCarthy, Fearless, Red Ice, rated prospect Julian Sayin, who's a Buckeyes. I believe he's a quarterback even, potentially. Yeah, so he is a quarterback. I have one of his relatively decent cards. It's definitely off-centered, so but some of these cards could be potential grade candidates. Dylan Raiola, who is a nice prospect still in the college, I believe. But JJ McCarthy, Dylan Cruz, my first Dylan Cruz card I've owned. Bryce Young, Sepia Refractor on the second year, Topps Chrome there. Definitely a cool card. Caleb Williams, Future Stars, any Caleb Williams I'm going to grab out if the deal makes sense. Derek Lively numbered to 249. Orange Ice from Phoenix. Nice rookie there of Derek Lively. Victor Wembanyama here on the Phoenix rookie. Gonna grab Wemby when I can. Jokic, Brian Thomas, Quinn Ewers. Very nice rated prospect there. BTJ, JJ McCarthy on the Prism draft picks. True. Ladd McConkey there as well. Jason Tatum on the Red Ice. Beautiful parallels there. A lot of Red Ices in this deal. Malik Neighbors, new recruits, Red Ice. Spencer Rattler on the pink Prism Optic Rated rookie preview there. Very cool one. It probably won't be a grade candidate for me. It's definitely got some surface issues there. Quinyon Mitchell on the rookie Phenom patch. Xavier Worthy on the Premier Jerseys. Silver Prism patch. Drake May, Silver Prism. You got Michael Penix on the Red Ice. Vladdy G, Father's Day commemorative relic there for his team logo there. I also got these cards here in the deal. So pretty much I paid like 60 bucks on all of these cards here. This one's like a $15 card alone. This one's a case hit Kurt Warner. I think this is like 10 bucks. So definitely a nice deal. Jaden Daniels, first year fabric, player worn, die cut relic here. So very cool one. Obviously unlicensed, but still it is J85, one of actually probably the top QB we've seen. Hopefully consistency wise, since maybe 2020, but that's even questionable. But I love that 2020 class, don't get me wrong. Also love some of the other classes, but consistently wise, like Trevor Lawrence is a prime example of what I was talking about there. Just not consistent, but definitely a nice prospect coming out of college. Again, case hit Kurt Warner. Urban Legends here, very cool one. First time I'm owning this. Case hit there from Topps Chrome. You got Drake May on the Pink Prism Optic Grade Rookie. Drip case hit Marshall Faulk. This could be one of my first drip case hits. Potential grade candidate for me. Looking to grade more and more stuff, so hopefully we can add some to our piles here. You got Drew Brees, number 99 on the Purple Wave Prism. Xavier Worthy Pink Prism Optic Grader Rookie Preview. Red Wave Prism Color Match Optic Grader Rookie Bucky Irving, and you got the pink to go along with it. BTJ Premier Jerseys Silver Prism Rookie Patch. So if that is the only deal I did on that lot, definitely not a bad lot. I think I might have taken a photo of it potentially, but these Joe Miltons. So I did a lot of trade. Some of this came from. I'll definitely. I might do just a standalone video because this video is already going a little over what I was expecting it to go over. But I did a ton of trade, ton of selling, and also a little bit of buying. I wish I would have been doing more buying, but at the same time, more capital, less work, and it's also really difficult to do low-end deals, I've realized, when you're a vendor, because a lot of people are high on their cards. But nonetheless, let's get into it. Joe Milton's, grab me up some Joe Milton's. His market's super hot right now. And yes, I did grab some Brock Bowers. I actually sold a Brock Bowers Prism number 249 orange, true rookie, for $75. Technically a whole bunch of trade, some Brock Bowers in the trade, I believe. I might spoil it and pop up here. We'll see, but I got $21 cash also. But again, I'm okay with owning Brock Bowers quantity right now, especially with his prices. I think personally, I can do a video on that in the future. But you got Bowers, you got ton of him, the green prisms, pink prism premier jerseys, relic there, Brock Bowers, a ton of him. I'm really glad I added more to my Brock Bowers PC. Lab McConkey silver prism, Jalen Green on the silver ice, Drake May, Paula Banchero, Jalen Greens, Benedict Mathurin, Lab McConkeys, Malik Neighbors. You can kind of see this type of stuff that I'm picking up consistently. So Brent Rooker here, number 2, 199. This is a Don Russ throwback, 1988 retro design. He is an Oakland Athletic. Technically, he is a Sacramento Athletic right now. Technically, Las Vegas Athletic. But he's an I'm going to say Oakland A because he was an Oakland A before we switched our spots here. I did a trade, PC piece for PC piece. I'm not like super, like, this is my first Brent Rooker autograph, but I did it because he's a good kid. So I say kid, but he is like 17. But nonetheless, got him a new PC piece. I got one to add in, and then I'll probably look to offload it even and keep the money moving. Now this one, it's I bought this one for $20, regardless of the $8 sticker you see on it. There's a couple kids that kept going up to my table and asking me to buy stuff from them. I'll go over some cards I picked up from them in the future here as well. This was one of them. The base one does like 20 alone. I'm pretty sure. I'll pop it up here. So the numbered to 50 gold color match for the Padres seemed like an absolute steal at 20 bucks. I bought this for $1. Jinx, it's going for about $1.25. I sold one of these copies. I accidentally had it listed as Japanese on my TCG player store. And I sold that, and then I had it priced at $1. I refunded the guy for $1, sent the English copy I had, and I said sorry that it's not Japanese. Didn't realize I had it listed as Japanese. Refunded you, sent you it for free. So I'm okay. I mean, technically now I'm even more in on this card, but it was a little kid, and sometimes I like to support them and all that, but definitely not upset about that at all. It's $1, you know. Rookie debut, Tom Brady's. Actually, so this one, these 5 I got for a trade for about $12 of sticker cards. Tom Brady, and then you got the Joey Gallo on the All-Star Game commemorative relic there. Just a really cool patch card. And then Ken Griffey Jr. on the Rookie Cup. So hopefully that sells well. Hopefully these cards sell well. And I think I did a decent trade for both sides. He wasn't having a good show for himself. So glad I could make it up to him, even though he grilled me on a trade earlier. My first time going to a trade night, he grilled me on a trade. I could talk about that in a video in the future here too. So this one I traded for a Pokemon card, and it was like $32 or something. I might pop up the screenshot up here. Drowsy, this is a illustration rare. It's off-centered. I didn't even notice that. Definitely off-centered. That might be a tough one to move with the off-centeredness, but Larvitar on the illustration rare also. I think I might have got this from Young Collector too, so I'm okay with it. It's not his fault that it's miscentered, and he probably isn't even worried about centering. So I got more PC stuff here. Max Crosby Elite Series, Youthquake, Bowers. You got the Charles Woodson Legends of the Green Iron Pink Refractor, Max Crosby Red Ice, Brock Bowers Red Ice. I don't have these two, so added the Student Orientation and the Brock Bowers Red Ice color match here for the PEC. And also, this could be actually a really nice card here. Quinn Ewers on the Longhorns rated prospect. Actually, it's probably Arch Manning that's better because he's entering the draft, I'm pretty sure. So definitely probably just a couple dollar card. If it was Arch Manning, who I was thinking of off the top of my head, that would have been a nice card. But Jalen McMillan, Xavier Worthy, Nate Wiggins, definitely still a nice card too. And then you got the Kyron Williams. You got another Brock Bowers Don Russ rated rookie. Stuff is kind of getting interspersed here. I got another Larvitar there. Stuff's kind of getting interspersed here with all the... I had it all in my backpack while I was going throughout the day and all that. Some of this stuff is super damaged and all that for the Pokemon. Probably shouldn't have traded for it, but some of these are just so such cool cards and unique stuff that I figured that I'd just take a chance and put in my value bins, and I'm okay with collecting a little bit until they find their new home. I'm also a TCG player seller, so I can put it on there and they'll sell eventually too. So not upset at all with that. I traded for a card. I'll pop it up here. It's probably like a $30 some odd card or something like that, maybe 26. So not terrible at all. Cool old Pokemon stuff. Then you got Mike Zunino. Some of this stuff here, I think I got these 3 for a trade for a single card. It was just like a $3 card. I just did that real quick to get that done. Mike Zunino. This is some other stuff with this trade for sure. I wish I would have had it a little better. I think there is actually more to the other Pokemon trade too. It's completely my bad. It just kind of was... I was literally so busy that these 2 I think were a part of this other Pokemon trade here. But I was so busy, literally I couldn't even do my post-it note stuff, or I just put everything in my backpack, literally. Just put them in my backpack, figured I'd worry about it later. Color match, Blue Wave, number 150, Topps Chrome on card autograph there. And Jackson Churio there on the first Bowman Chrome Mojo Refractor, potential grade candidate. Hopefully, I'm hoping to try to grade more and more stuff now. You got Corbin Carroll, Kyle Tucker, number 99. And you got the Carlos Correa on the Game Used Relic. I think I got these for like $20 here. That's what I think I got all these for. All the 5 of those, potentially, maybe 15. So I got these 2 in a trade for a single card, or 2 cards actually. So it was straight up to trade. My cards were valued at like about $9, and these were about $12. So nice trades, and these two are very liquid cards, and hopefully will hold their value from two of the most popular sets. This one's from Prismatic Evolutions, and this one's from Surging Sparks there. And then you got this Jaden Daniels Green Press Proof I bought for $10. It's pretty much what it's going for. I bought it off a kid collector. This one's probably from a different deal, but just a cheap little card there. I think like $3. And then you got this one. Actually was a really nice trade, Mew EX. Obviously this is a good bit of Pokemon, but I need to get Pokemon more and more. That's what really helped carry this entire card show for me personally. Pokemon is wild, and that's just the state of the Pokemon market right now. But this is a sealed copy of this Mew EX promo card. I had two. I think I had two of, or I had one. Actually, I had one of these. I'm pretty sure I sold the other one potentially, or I still have it. But the near mint one is like 30 some odd bucks. The sealed one goes for like 30 to 50, and someone wanted to trade me for like a 30 some odd dollar card, $32 card or something like that, maybe 28 or something of the sorts. But the sealed cards, the sealed promos, always carry more value than the standard open one. So he kind of had an idea to trade a card that was like about $28. And I had this one marked at like even $26 or so. I'll maybe pop up the screenshot up here. But he had the idea of trading for that $26 card or so. And I trade in about 80%. I trade in at 80% pretty much. That's what I was doing all show. And then I buy at 70%. So I was... did the math real quick. So he's like wanted like a $25, $26 card. It was at $31 sticker, and the sealed stuff always carries more value. So it was an easy yes. And I was just like, sure, why not? Yeah, I'll do that. And then he was on his way. So we got actually a little more of football. This is all, I think this was all from the Brock Bowers trade actually also. I did that trade for the Orange Prism that I was talking about. Romo Dunze, Triple Relic, Bo Nix cards, JJ McCarthy, Ricky Pearsall's, Michael Penix, Blue Scope. This is like a 30 some odd dollar card there. Maybe, actually that Mewtwo's probably so far the highest value. That could be potentially some of these grade candidates for sure. That'll change here in a second, a couple different times here. You got my last Pokemon, technically, maybe not fully, but some Pokemon stuff here. You got Meditite, Lairon, Airy. This is like all illustration rares. This one's a promo, but all these ones are illustration rares. Lairon, Meditite, Airy, and you got the Houndour. Some people don't like some of these artworks, but I love them. I mean, it's so beautiful of art. There's a Houndour in particular people don't like, but the Charizard VMAX, Charizards always sell, so I'm glad to add some for my potential binders in the future. Let me do this one first. We got this. I traded for like I don't even remember what I traded for. Maybe like a $5, $10 card or something like that. I think it was like $5 or $6 or $7 or something like that. But it's like a $5 card to be honest. But he was doing a trade up challenge, and again, he's a good kid. So I got these two Lukas, and a Patrick Mahomes for $45, $60 sticker. I walked up to the vendor table. This was the one deal I did outside of my own table the entire show. The only one I was able to do, or at least had the energy or the the mental willpower to actually do. So Luka, rookie, Prism rookie, GMA 9. The last sold of this was like $15 that I found. I'm sure it's probably closer to like a $25 card now with him going to the Lakers. You have this Luka Doncic Disco Prism Select Silver Disco, PSA 9, beautiful one. It's Luka. And you got the Patrick Mahomes variation, full name variation, sorry, and this one goes for like 25 bucks. So to get these 3 for 45 bucks from a vendor, very cool. He actually lives in, the vendor that I bought this from lives in Humboldt, or actually went to the same college as me too, that we found out after we did the deal. So that was very cool. And I think maybe we'll do this deal first. And technically end off on the best deal of the day, I think, personally. These potentially are interspersed, to be honest. We'll see what you think here. You guys got a comment below. But Jacob Wilson, this is my first Bowman Chrome. This is like very cool. It's them holding up their own first Bowman Chrome card, and it's like an insert set. This one is a gold refractor, PSA 10, numbered to 50. There are no comps of this thing, and it is an A's color match. Obviously, I'm an A's fan, so I'm okay with keeping this for the PC. I'm going to offload it, though. I don't have a sentiment or an attachment to collect super big and wild cards that can, you know, drastically go up and up and up in value. It's just not something I have the personal desire to do right now. Pretty much the only person that I believe in like that fully is Brock Bowers. I think he could potentially end up being the greatest tight end of all time, hopefully. No major setbacks happen and all that, but I think sometimes prospect cards for baseball, just off of what I was thinking right now, they're so inflated potentially that it's a better idea to move them when you can and all that. But that's just my own 2 cents on what I was thinking, because like, man, I'd look at certain things or certain players and all that, and like they just cycle through players and all that very quickly in baseball. But that's not my expertise here at all. But I paid $45 for this card. Seemed like a very nice deal. I bought this also from the same person I bought the Jacob Wilson from, Paul Skeens Green Refractor Draft Picks and Prospects. This is actually from his Bowman Draft rookie class. So from his first ever product he was in from Bowman and all that, numbered to 99. This hasn't sold since April of 2024 with those recent sales of the Wild Paul Skeens, the MLB debut patch there, autograph, sold to Dick's Sporting Goods, even out of all buyers. Very cool to see. Obviously, very cool card. I bought this card for $110. It was 80% of last comp. That was what I offered him on the card. It was a younger collector that sold me these 2 cards. He was at like, I don't even know what he was at. I think he was at 130, 140 or something like that. Which was full last comp or something like that. And I said like $100, and then he goes 135, 130, and then I was like, he was he was very good at negotiating for sure. He told me he didn't have a comp on it, so I was pretty much just guessing off the value off the top of my head and like what some of the other cards were going for and all that. And then I found a comp for it, and it was like 138. So I did the math on that off my offer, and I was pretty firm at 110, just based off of 80% of last. I'm okay with taking a chance on a Paul Skeens at 80% of last, but for me personally, I'm not like gonna push wildly and pay 90% to make $2 off of every $100 I spend personally off of my current bankroll. Now that could change in the future and all that. Now this last trade, very wild trade. If you know Pokemon at all, you probably know the set 151. It's all the 151 original Pokemon. They just released it literally about a year and a half ago or so, maybe even 2 years. You might have gotten a little preview there, but the Charizard full art special illustration rare, the special illustration rare is the chase card in that product. It is going for, right now, technically when I traded it, it was at $251 in near mint value. So near mint copies go for $251. A person walked up to me and wanted to trade this guy here. This is the guy. Technically, it's not the first edition Shadowless. However, you know, the best of the best, but it is the card from the original 1999 Pokemon game. This was my first time ever owning a copy of this card, actually. Yeah, this is the first time ever owning a copy of this card. It is considered the Pokemon Grail, especially the first edition, PSA 10, Shadowless, all what you want to consider there. The best of the best. It's still technically the Grail here. Very cool card here. The collector wanted to trade just straight up for the 151 Charizard. This card was actually a little lower value. I put it at like 230. So for me, I would trade at 80%. It was pretty close. I was like, he was walking away. I was like, I'd have to do extra money on top. Like, I'd have to be at extra money on top. And he was like, okay, that's okay. So he literally walked away. I said, what gets it done? So I told him, I was like, well, what gets it done? I really want to own this. You want to own that. What gets it done? And he's like, do you trade? Do you do football? I was like, oh yeah, that's my main thing. He brings out this Jaden Daniels Green Wave Prism rookie. He says, does that interest you? I go, yeah, that interests me. This thing is clean. Literally clean. Like, this thing needs to be sent in for grading. The PSA 10s does $400 right now, pretty much. Now, before I start, this 2024 Prism football set, very rough with grading. It has dimples, surface dimples, has these black corners that show the whitening very easily, and it has them on the back too. So this black base card there, like the black design of the card, shows the whitening really easily. The only issue I can see, some print lines, but people always say it doesn't matter on cards, especially on the back. So pretty much negating that. There's a tiny ding. That is the only thing I can see wrong with this card. This thing should gem. I am hoping very much so it gems. That would be wild, but nonetheless, this card is still valued at $85. Now, the crazy thing about this trade is I was into a Giratina. Obviously, this might be mumbo jumbo to you guys, but Giratina V-Star. It was the chase card from Lost Origin. The set is called Lost Origin. And it's the chase card, the card you're looking for in that set. That card, when I bought it, was going for $100. Then the Pokemon market started to boom. Boom. It literally shot up. Literally, that card 2x'd in value. I traded the Giratina straight up for that Charizard 151. I'm into that Giratina and that Charizard for $100. Now I'm into these two cards. This one does $85 alone, and it's probably going to gem, so this one might even be a $400 card. This one's a $220 card right now. That is the power of buying cards and all that. It's the power of expanding your horizons, maybe going into something like Pokemon, maybe going into something like sports, even if you're just a Pokemon guy. Because if I wouldn't have been doing both football and Pokemon at the time, if I wouldn't have had that 151 I traded that Giratina for, I wouldn't have had this deal done. It was what got this deal done at that second, and that could probably be a gem. I need to send this off. I'm probably going to make a little submission because this thing needs to be graded and needs to get back before the season starts. I'm probably going to offload it before the season starts. It is a beautiful, beautiful card. But yeah, so very much probably my highlight here. Value-wise, definitely probably the 4 top value cards here would be my guess, just off the top of my head, off of what I remember seeing and grabbing out. Maybe that Mew sealed promo, but sports card wise, technically there's a Charizard in here, but definitely the 5 highest value cards I grabbed out from the card show as a vendor and all that. A ton of PC stuff for my collection and all that. Brock Bowers, Gonna go away, stash away. One day, if he ever leaves our team and all that, I'll look to offload my collection. Maybe even just offload it myself, depending on how my avenues of selling are going and all that. But a ton of Brock Bowers, very happy there. A little bit more Pokemon and all that. Sold a ton of Pokemon, so it was nice to replenish a little bit, for sure. Definitely nice to replenish. Obviously, gonna need more. That's the biggest thing there. Gonna need more, and gonna have to try to figure out how to source that and all that. But I am going to end up going. I have a ton of stuff to do. And yeah, that's all I have for this video. I will catch you in the next one. Probably be me talking. We'll see what it is about. But nonetheless, I hope you enjoy this video. Thank you for taking it easy with me. Thank you for watching this video. I will see you in the next one. Take it easy. Deuces.